Good afternoon, parents and students. Today I would like to go through a concept with you that I believe it's very important to teach your child at the beginning of any and every school year. The first thing students need to understand is the manner in which their brain works. How are they really learning and what is taking place up there while they learn? Neuroplasticity is the study that explains this very simple learning process, and it helps students to understand, if I know what's going on in my brain, maybe I know how to make it work. First of all, any and every child can learn. A long time ago, scientists believed that learning stopped when you became an adult. Now, new theologies has found out that this is exactly not the case, and your brain is kind of like plastic. It changes and it could be molded even as you grow up and get older. So neuroplasticity is basically explaining to the students this possible concept. And this is how it works. You want to tell students that you have neural pathways in your brain, and these are your neurons. The first time you learn a concept, you have a little connection from one neuron, I'll just draw it across, to the other. You have a connection taking place. However, if you do not reinforce this, it remains just as weak. If the students continue to travel this pathway, travel this road, what you have happening is it's eventually going to strengthen. So you have something that looks like this. So this is your initial connection between neurons, new content, and this is what is going to happen when your child practices what they have been learning. So this is what you want to explain to your child. If you do not work or go over those spelling words or review your work after school, this is what is going to happen to your pathway, and eventually it's probably going to shrivel up and look like a noodle. But if you really want it to get as strong, like you take that to the mental gym and you strengthen it daily, then you are able to remember. If you don't, then it's going to shrivel up and fade. So neuroplasticity is the concept that explains to the students exactly the manner in which they learn. Now, in order for your brain to function as best as it should, you need to also encourage your students, you also need to be encouraged to eat healthy. So today I'm going to give you a fruit of the day, which will be apples. Now, I usually have my fruit with me, but today I don't. We all know what apples look like. There's the green ones, there's yellow apples, and there's also red. So when mommy packs those snacks, apples are the way to go. Another thing I would like to encourage students to do is to do some exercises. So your exercise to go with your fruit for the week is going to be push-ups. Yes, we're going to get that push-up going. So you're going to eat an apple, at least 2-3 apples this week, and you are going to do at least 5 push-ups for your weekly exercise. Okay, sounds good. Now the last thing I would like to do also is to motivate you. It doesn't matter who you are or how old you are, you have what it takes to learn. The key word I want you to remember today is to practice. If you practice and you keep traveling that pathway, eventually it's going to get stronger. And when it gets stronger, you are going to remember it. If you don't, and you just throw your exercise books underneath your bed when you get home and go watch some TV, then it's not going to get stronger and you're not going to remember it. Okay? You see those Disney episodes that we like watching over and over? Why do you think they play them over and over? And then by the 3rd episode, you can actually say what's coming up next. Try those with your spelling words. Say them over and over. Create small flashcards, place them on it, flash them in the car while you're driving to and from school, keep them in your pocket, and just play with them. Remember them, say them over, and see what happens. Now, before I leave, I'd like to introduce you to the section of the show where I call the Dear Talk, where you get to tell me what you think about issues in school. And today, because it's the first episode, I'd like to talk about back to school. What was it like going back to school? Did you enjoy it? Did your expectations of your first day actually come to pass? Or was it completely different from what you expected? Let me know in the comments below, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Remember, if you want to remember it, you're going to have to take it to the mental gym and lift those weights. And if you don't, it's going to shrivel up and die. And most likely, you are going to forget it. So if you want to remember your schoolwork, go over it every day. Keyword, practice, practice, practice. Let me know what you think about your back to school day, your first day of school, and what are you looking forward to in the new term. Remember, you have what it takes to learn. Bye.